Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Monday, March 15, 2021. The country could have 8,000 COVID-19 cases a day by the end of March if the present surge of infections continues, an expert warned on Sunday. KUWTT research fellow Guido David made the projection on Sunday, saying the reproduction rate or R0 of 1.9 was higher than KUWTT's forecast of 1.6. The R0 indicates how infectious a disease is. An R0 of 1 means that one COVID-infected person can pass on the virus to one other person. An R0 of 1.9 means that each carrier can infect more than one person. Metro Manila alone is expected to have 5,000 to 6,000 cases a day by the end of March. The region, home to a tenth of the country's population, is also projected to have 14,000 daily cases by mid-April. To help curb the rise, the mayors of Metro Manila have agreed on a 2-week unified curfew beginning Monday. Exactly a year ago, an enhanced community quarantine was enforced in the metropolis, the first and most stringent lockdown ever declared. A Filipino-owned company is putting up a multi-billion peso facility that will manufacture the next-generation COVID-19 vaccine. Giovanni Alingog, Chief Executive Officer of Glovax Biotech Corporation, aims to build a production plant either in Subic in Zambales or Clark in Pampanga. Glovax was the first company to distribute the vaccine for AH1N1 or the swine flu that swept the country in 2010. Alingog said his goal was to develop the country's next-generation COVID vaccine that would be effective against new variants of the virus. He shared his plan with the Manila Times in a telephone interview. The vaccine Glovax will produce is the UCORVAC-19, developed by the United States-based POP Biotechnologies and produced by its Korean partners U Biologics and LG Chem. The Quezon City General Hospital or QCGH has reached its COVID-19 capacity, its director Dr. Josephine Sabando said on Sunday. Since March 9, the occupancy rate of the hospital's COVID ward beds had exceeded 100%. In her report to Mayor Josefina Belmonte, Sabando said QCGH recorded a 106% COVID bed occupancy on March 9, 137.5% on March 10, 125% on March 11, and 112% on March 12. Even with this development, the hospital would continue to admit walk-in non-COVID patients, she added. Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship Jose Maria Concepcion III said the government would closely monitor reports that the AstraZeneca vaccine could cause thromboembolic events or the forming of blood clots. The Department of Health and the Food and Drug Administration this week said the Philippines would push through with the use of AstraZeneca vaccines despite reports that some European Union nations had stopped using the vaccine. Senator Christopher Lawrence Bongo has urged Filipinos to get inoculated against COVID-19 as he assured them that the vaccines went through rigorous safety and efficacy evaluation process. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Health said placing Metro Manila in modified general community quarantine was highly unlikely at this time because of the rising number of new cases in the region. Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency or PDEA Director General Wilkins Villanueva has contracted COVID-19. In a Facebook post on Sunday, Villanueva included his COVID-19 test result from the Chinese General Hospital and Medical Center, which showed he was positive for the virus. He said he had a swab test on Saturday while preparing for Monday's Senate inquiry on the shootout between PDEA agents and Quezon City policemen last month near a mall in Quezon City. Many Filipinos see blended learning as more difficult than the traditional face-to-face learning system, results of a recent survey conducted by the Social Weather Stations revealed. According to the survey conducted from November 21 to 25, 2020, among 1,500 adults nationwide, 89% of the respondents said the blended learning system, which is currently being implemented in public and private schools, is more difficult than the traditional classroom setting. Under the blended learning system, students are taught using various means, including the use of online, television, radio, and print materials. The Philippine National Police will deploy more uniformed policemen to enforce curfew hours in Metro Manila beginning Monday, amid the rising number of COVID-19 cases in the country. According to PNP Officer-in-Charge Lieutenant General Guillermo Elizar, all police forces will strictly implement the uniform curfew hours from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. and will ensure that people in Metro Manila observe the minimum health safety standard protocol. Over to business, London-based consultancy firm Capital Economics downgraded the country's economic growth forecast to 9.5% from the previous 11.5% due to the rising number of COVID-19 cases and deteriorating economic data. Topping sports, the Terra Firma Jeep picked Filipino-American winger Joshua Monzon first overall in the virtual 46th Philippine Basketball Association rookie draft on Sunday. Monzon started turning heads when he suited up for the Saigon Heat and the Westport's Malaysia Dragons in the ASEAN Basketball League. The California State University Los Angeles standout then stamped his class in the 2019 PBA D-League Aspirants Cup, dropping 35 points, 10 rebounds, and 4.2 assists for AMA Online Education. Monzon, who stands at 6'4", then strutted his wares in the Chooks to Go 3-on-3 tourneys for the past couple of years and represented the Philippines in multiple international meets. Rigoberto Tiglao and Father Ranilio Aquino are today's front page columnists. Tiglao belies a recent column on the Philippine Daily Inquirer on extrajudicial killings, while Father Aquino talks about the return of reason. Today's editorial believes the government must avoid making a knee-jerk response to the sudden rise in COVID-19 cases. Read the full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the Voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. With the Fort Ville Seran, this is Arik John Sico reporting. May you have a safe week ahead.